Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, February 1st, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. There's something very satisfying to me when we start a new month and turn the page of the calendar. It's so clean and fresh, like we get a dozen fresh starts every year. All right, enough of me waxing poetic. We do have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? Just after midnight yesterday, a barrage of gunfire erupted in the Bay Ridge Gardens apartments. Now, barrage is not an exaggeration, as there were at least 20 shots fired. According to the police, there were no injuries and several buildings and cars were damaged. Here's some unsurprising retail news for anybody that's been in the local Bed Bath & Beyond store in the past year. They're closing. The parent company made it official yesterday that the Annapolis, Ocean City, and Westminster stores will join Bel Air as an underperforming store and be shut down. All told, Bed Bath & Beyond has announced the closure of 205 stores nationwide as they try to stave off bankruptcy. No closure dates have been announced, but this will give the Annapolis Town Center another spot to fill. A big one at that. Today starts Black History Month, and you really need to look at eyeonannapolis.net for our stories on what Maryland Hall, the Anne Arundel County Public Libraries, and now the Banneker Douglas Museum are doing to commemorate it all month long. There are events in the region all month long, and you can also go to marylandhall.org, aacpl.net, or bdmuseum.maryland.gov for the full listings. A little music news for you, and I am not trying to steal Bridget's son. Oh, hell yeah, I am. But anyhow, Derek Warfield and the Young Wolfetones will be putting on one show at Killarney House in Davidsonville on February 15th. You will remember there were two shows. One of them is sold out. That was the 16th. So we do have one show left on the 15th. If you do love some authentic Irish music, this is the show for you. Again, February 15th. Tickets can and should be had at KillarneyHousePub.com. And I will warn you that their ticket purchasing thing is a little bit weird because it's built in with their menu ordering takeout thing too. All right, here's my weird press release of the day. Apparently, Marylanders are the 8th most luxury-obsessed people in the country. Now, if it was talking state flags, we'd totally take the top spot. But apparently, we've been doing an awful lot of Googling for luxury goods. D.C. was number one, followed by New York, followed by Florida, Jersey, Connecticut, Georgia, Virginia, California, Maryland, and Massachusetts. All right, and that is a wrap on the news. Pod news up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight. Tony and Tim, the Geeks on God. And next weekend, I'm not sure yet. Got to pick one. All right, let's put this puppy to bed with a quick thank you to you and also to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief, Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, WTMD, and Alpha Engineering. So now you just need to hang tight because George Young from DCMD VA Weather is standing by with your only locally forecast weather report you're ever going to find. And the only scoop you're going to need when it comes to live music in the area, Bridget, also known as BeeprBuzz, is going to be here with Annapolis After Dark. All that in just a bit, so hang tight.
Face it, your kids are young, you're older than ever, and musically, your life is a demographic nightmare until now. TMD's Saturday Morning Tunes live concert series is back, this time in Annapolis with Jimmy's Chicken Shack. Throw the whole gang in the minivan of destiny and meet us at Maryland Hall for a family-friendly set by the righteously rockin' Jimmy's Chicken Shack, Saturday morning, February 11th. Tickets are cheap, parking is free, and music the whole fam can enjoy is priceless. So join us as Jimmy's Chicken Shack comes home to roost at Maryland Hall in Annapolis, Saturday, February 11th at 10 a.m. Made possible in part by the Peabody Institute of the Johns Hopkins University. Tickets online at WTMD.org.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, February 1st. Yesterday was slightly cold across the Annapolis region after a beautiful weather day Monday, which was part of one of the warmer Januaries on record, as temps were about 6 to 9 degrees above the norm for the entire month, depending on your exact location. But it will stay cold through Saturday before temps warm back up to well above average levels yet again. Look for temps around 40 degrees today, and don't be surprised if you see a few snowflakes this morning ahead of clouds and low to mid-40s Thursday, before conditions turn really cold with mid-30s and breezy winds Friday, to be followed by sunshine and highs in the upper 20s to lower 30s Saturday to get the weekend started. But then temps will begin to rebound nicely with PM highs Sunday 45 to 50 degrees before highs near 50 again Monday and in the mid or upper 50s again next Tuesday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And don't forget, follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info. And definitely be sure to download the DCMDVA Weather app on all of your devices from either the Apple or Google App Stores, so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
The music scene in Anne Arundel County is popping, and sometimes it's hard to sort through it all. From blues to pop, from funk to ska, BeeprBuzz has it all covered for you in this week's Annapolis After Dark.
Good morning, Annapolis. BeeprBuzz here with your Annapolis After Dark weekend music highlights for Wednesday, February 1st through Sunday, February 5th. The question of the week is, will Punxsutawney Phil see his shadow? I predict in early spring. I think we all are hoping for that. And for the music, go to the socials for Annapolis Streaming and BeeprBuzz, and also both websites for the full schedule. We update the event and all websites with changes and cancellations so you know before you go. AnnapolisStreaming.com and BeeprBuzz.com. Live music for today, Wednesday. Nate Finn will be at Middleton Tavern. Larry Lay is feeling better and will be back at Brian Brew in Severna Park. Russ Jacobson will be at Stan and Joe's. Aaron Hawkins of Loose Ties will be at Dark Horse. Hippie Happy Hour returns to 49 West in the front room with Dave Chappell and friends. This week's guests will be Johnny Castle on the bass. Under my other things to do, you'll find Open Mic Night with Hurricane Kevin up at Firm Brewing in Crofton, and Trivia with Matt Edmond at Ramshead Roadhouse. Thursday, get to the newly remodeled Point for Dan Haas. Chris Button is back at his new Thursday residency at the new Mimo's Bar and Grill out on Harry S. Truman Parkway. Doc Martin and the Flannels will be at Senior Chili and Arnold. This Thursday is the first Thursday of the month, which means beer release day at all Ramshead locations. This month is my favorite, Cherry Blossom Lager, and you get to keep the glass. Bonus, at the Ramshead Roadhouse location, there is music with PJ and Neil. Also on Thursday, Moran Trip Band will be at Dark Horse, and Kirk Gibbons will be at Killarney House in Davidsonville. Weekend music. It's time to bear the cold and freeze for a reason at the Polar Plunge at Sandy Point. In addition to the Plunge Maryland for Special Olympics, there's a free festival on Friday and Saturday. It's called Plunge Fest. You do not have to plunge to enjoy this free festival. On Friday, you'll catch Loose Ties playing full band, and on Saturday, DJ Kopek and Go-Go Gadget, who I'm looking forward to seeing for the first time. Friday music. Start with afternoon music while you shop at Reclaim Annapolis on Main Street in downtown. Jack Schenk has a Saturday afternoon residency there now. This new spot loves to support local music, so let's all go in and show them some love. Also on Friday, Aaron Hawkins of Loose Ties will be at Gina's Cantina in Millersville. Lost and Found Trio Band will be at Brian Baru in Severna Park. Down the street, Katie and Tim will be at Sullivan's Cove. I'm hearing good things about this group. In Arnold, the Shatners Acoustic will be at Mother's. The Tommy McGee Band will be at Stan and Joe's. Pretty Big Deal full band with Michael Kay will be at Ramshead Roadhouse. Kevin Pollock, multi-instrumentalist, will be at Waterman's Tavern in Edgewater Friday night. Noel and Jeff Band will be at Middleton Tavern with Donald Wolcott upstairs in the piano bar. 2 musicians at Market House Friday night. Jack Schenk will start it off, and then Carly Winter will play after him. Here's a good one. Moose Jaw Bluegrass will be at Annapolis Smokehouse. Over on the Eastern Shore, Stephen Dunn will be at the Poorhouse Pub. Saturday, Chris Button will be down at Stan and Joe's Riverside in Galesville. Over on the shore, Meg Murray and Angie Miller will be at Bridges. Nate and Jim Acoustic Duo will be at Severna Park Tap House. The National Bohemians will be at Brian Baru in Severna Park. Down the road, Sparks and McCoy will be at Sullivan's Cove. Kickback Classic will be at River Bay Roadhouse in the Cape. All You Need with Nate Finn will be at Senior Chili in Arnold. Royal Flush with Sydney Smith will be at Ramshead Roadhouse in Crownsville, and I hear Hurricane Kevin will be joining them. Ann Burgess Music will be at Blackwall Hitch in Annapolis. Starbelly will be at Dark Horse. 2 floors of free music at Middleton Tavern with Michael McHenry Tribe downstairs and Donald Wolcott upstairs in the piano bar. And across the street, Moondog and the Broken Glasses will be at Annapolis Market House. And Honey Soul will be ending the night at Stan and Joe's on West Street. Sunday Fun Days start with Annapolis Bluegrass at Sullivan's Cove. This week's guest is Nate Clenenden. Chris Sachs and Sean Peelin will be bringing Margaritaville to Senior Chili in Arnold. This is going to be a good one. Remember, these are just the highlights. Find the full schedule of music for all of Annapolis and the surrounding areas on the Annapolis Streaming Facebook event and on the websites AnnapolisStreaming.com and BeeprBuzz.com, spelled BeeprBuzz. Add the websites to the homepage of your cell phone to make them an app. Then it's just 2 clicks to the music anytime. I'll see you out there.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.